Grand Seiko's Evolution 9 collection is coming in hot this year, and perhaps you've heard about the White Birch before. But now it is apparent that the White Birch will be a part of a series that will most likely have many more interesting versions to come, since they just released the SLGH017 Night Birch. The Night Birch has a dynamic black texture dial that resembles the organic birch texture and is inspired by the atmosphere of the white birch tree forests on the Hiraniwa Plateau at night. The dial is not all that's different though. This piece is made out of high-intensity titanium. But will the ultra-light weight and different color dial be enough to differentiate the Night Birch from the White Birch? Or is this just another marketing gimmick? Let's find out. What's up everyone, it's Chris with the Little Treasury channel. Welcome back. This is where we bring you original and in-depth watch content at least once per week. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be alerted as soon as we upload. I'm from Little Treasury Jewelers, which is located in Gambrills, Maryland. And it's where you go when you're in the know. As always, the watches that I review are for sale and can be purchased, so please see the description below to contact us. If you're just joining us now, I'll go over the watch's detailed measurements and features, and then I'll offer my personal opinion at the end. In our last video, I reviewed the Bremont Martin Baker Savannah, and wow, nobody watched this. Honestly, I won't be able to do lesser known watches in the future if you guys don't want to watch things like this. But anyway, it is a really cool piece, so I recommend just having a peek at it, just to learn about a different brand for fun. Wrist check time. I just got back from Thailand, and while I was there, I was able to find, through a network of awesome people, this SRPH 42K Yak Wat Chang limited edition. There's only 995 of these that exist, and it's a Thailand only edition, so I'm very lucky to have one here in the US. Now tell me which watch you're wearing today while you're watching the video, and make sure to tell me why. Now let's get on to the features. The Grand Seiko SLGH017 Night Birch has a 39.8mm case width, a 12mm thickness, a 46.9mm lug to lug, a 21.7mm lug width, a 33.5mm crystal diameter, and weighs in at 113.62 grams. It is part of Grand Seiko's new Evolution 9 series, which is named this because 9 is the highest single-digit number that you can reach. In this design, you will see that Grand Seiko has stayed true to the 44GS case from 1967 and evolved it into something brand new, with wide lugs, a delicate hairline finish, and a low center of gravity to allow it to sit comfortably on your wrist. The Evolution 9 case is made out of high-intensity titanium, which is an alloy of titanium, niobium, and iron, and is approximately 100 Vickers harder than stainless steel. It has wide, thin lugs with brushed finish at the tops, and stripes of high polish going along the edges, and more matte finish on the sides. The crown is screwed down and is placed at the 3 position. The bezel is a flat brushed area that reflects light tremendously. The crystal is box style and sits slightly above the bezel to help protect it from scratches. The dial is highly textured and is a very visible white birch tree bark style at night, which is black, but also looks brown in some lighting, perhaps like the real tree at night. The markers are part of the Series 9 style, which are broad and easy to read, in Grand Seiko's perfect high polish. Grand Seiko can be found in silver at the top middle portion, with the GS logo applied in silver. The hour and minute hands are Dauphine style, and the hour hand is chopped off at the tip, with an indentation going down the center. The second hand is in silver and is very simple. The date window has a silver toned frame with a black background and white Arabic numerals. High beat, 36,000 and 80 hours can be found at the lower midsection of the dial in silver. No lume can be found on this piece, but it reflects light tremendously, so you will be able to see it well into the darker hours. The case back is open and shows off the upgraded 9SA5 movement that is finished immaculately and has an open rotor. It has a dual impulse escapement that lets the escapement wheel transmit power directly to the balance, which leads to a significant increase in efficiency. It has a free sprung balance, which allows it to be more shock resistant and maintain accuracy over longer periods of time. It uses a horizontal gear train that allows it to be 15% slimmer than the current Grand Seiko high beat caliber as well. What does this all mean, by the way? You get a high beat 36,000 beat per hour caliber with an 80-hour power reserve and an accuracy of losing 3 to gaining 5 seconds per day. The bracelet is Evolution 9 style. It's made out of high intensity titanium and has a complete matte finish on it. A folding clasp can be found with the GS logo. The Grand Seiko SLGH017 Night Birch is 100 meter water resistant and is ready to be your new daily companion for $10,400. Now for my personal opinion. Honestly, this is my favorite birch so far, and I will most likely be picking this up at some point soon for myself. In my personal collection, this snowflake is my white dial, and I find it super hard to put a white birch in my collection with the snowflake already being there. So this night birch is definitely the solution for me. It sits great and is very comfortable on my 6.5-inch wrist, which is no surprise with that Evolution 9 case. What I really like about it is the dial is not just a boring black dial. And I've been avoiding black dial watches because most of them just seem so standard. This black dial is just so fascinating, and the texture is really easy to see still, even though it's dark. It's significantly easier to see than the SLGH009 spring drive white birch texture. Stay tuned, by the way, for a birch comparison video in the near future. The other piece of the puzzle here is that it's made out of the high-intensity titanium. I personally love titanium. And again, back to the snowflake, it feels supernaturally light, and I'm not someone who thinks that weight of the watch equates to quality, especially when you're paying this extra money for this extra benefit of lightness. This does, however, feel heavier than the snowflake, but it adds a little more comfort even to the Evolution 9 bracelet, which is not drastically tapered. I really like this piece and will recommend it to anyone who needs a black dial in their collection and would like maybe one black dial to end all black dials so you can move on to other dial colors. Also, if you are a birch collector, you have to have this one to accompany your white birch. And who knows what other birch colors will arise in the future. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with all of your friends and your family members too. I look forward to seeing you next video.